Hey guys, and welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to 7th period. If you've had a few classes this morning, you know Jigsaw was having a couple of issues here and there, but hopefully we've got those worked out and it looks like things are already working much better today. So hopefully that'll go better. Let's see. All right, keep in mind your expectations, PARC. Participate, attend, respond to emails, and complete all of your assessments and assignments. Again, everything is up to date and graded in Canvas. Please double check your grades. Make sure everything looks good. If you've got an email saying that you're missing something, please get that turned in. If you think that's incorrect, please let me know so that I can double check. All right, I've got like almost 200 students, so it's possible I made a mistake. Just nicely say, hey, are you sure I didn't do the pretest? I'll double check and we'll get it sorted out. But if you know you haven't done something, please get that completed as soon as possible. Monday, we looked at salt marshes. Your homework was vocabulary and direct instruction, and we worked on that in class as well. Yesterday was coral reefs. We read about the new sun shield. We didn't get to our Kahoot because screen share was not working. That is still not working, but hopefully they'll get that fixed soon and we can go back and do Kahoot. And yesterday you did vocabulary and direct instruction. Make sure you're kind of keeping up with these and doing a module or two a day so that you stay current. All right, today we're going to look at freshwater biomes. So in the chat box, take a minute and tell me, what is freshwater? What does freshwater mean? Not salty, saltless, not salty. Right, technically it is less than 1% salt. Give me some examples of fresh water. Hey, give me some examples. Lake, ponds, rivers, streams, creek. All right, fresh water, yes, those are great examples. Groundwater, waterfalls. All right, an ocean is salt water. Just about, there are a few saltwater lakes, but just about everything else is freshwater. A lake, the tap water you drink that we use from if you get it from a well. Streams, ponds, waterfalls, all of that is fresh water. But we're gonna break it down even more than that. All right, first, we're gonna talk about ponds and lakes. And if you notice, this is kind of a lot of writing and definitions. So if you look down below our chat box on the note board, there's a link to a Google Doc, and it's got kind of an outline and some notes for today for you. If you paste that link on the top left, go to File, Copy, and then Save to your drive. You cannot edit mine because that would change it for all 200 of us. All right, so you'll need to make your own copy of those notes if you would like to use them. All right, so to do that, on the first note where it has that link, paste that link into a new browser. It will open a Google Doc. On the left, at the top, go to File, Copy, and Save to your drive. All right. Yes, you may need to change the name of the file. Okay. I also sent it to you all in an email. That way you have it if you need it. Okay. I just copied and pasted it into an email so you can use it into whatever kind of document you want. So it's coming in your email as well. Ponds and lakes, we're going to break it down from all freshwater just to ponds and lakes right now, are called lentic ecosystems, and that means that it is still water. It does not move. Right? Rivers move, they flow. Streams or creeks flow or move. Ponds and lakes do not, so they are called lentic. Lentic ecosystems are divided into 4 zones. The littoral zone, right in here, is the area closest to the shore where water plants can grow. All right, you've got some plants at the top of the water. This would be like lily pads that float. You even have some under the water that you can't see. You've got a limnetic zone. Okay, out here, the open surface water. If you're going fishing, like this is probably in a pond, this is where you'd throw your line. Okay, the surface up here. You have a euphotic zone. An area below the water, this is where your fish would swim or turtles or that kind of thing. This is below the surface of the water, but where there's still enough sunlight for photosynthesis to occur. And then the bottom down here is the benthic zone. And this is the floor where it's pretty dark. Photosynthesis doesn't really occur here. Okay, this is your dirt or silt or sediment. So a lentic ecosystem is still or standing water. It's divided into 4 zones. Littoral, up here where your plants grow. For me, I think of the fact that somebody litters. Okay, if you can't open it from the Google Drive, I sent you another email with the notes. Okay, so you can open it from that Google link or from your email if you want the notes. I'm also going to send you a copy of this PowerPoint at the end of today, just because it does have a lot of definitions and I want to make sure you have access to those. All right, for me, I think of the littoral zone right up here. If somebody drops litter or trash in the edge of the pond, that's kind of where it would be, the littoral zone, or the edge. It washes up close to the shore. Your other 3 zones are all right out here. Limnetic at the top, that's surface water. Euphotic underneath, there's still some sunlight, still enough for photosynthesis. And then benthic on the floor. These are in your notes on that Google Doc that I shared. These are in notes in your email, and I'll send you this PowerPoint as well. Yep, that's coming in just a minute. All right, so standing water, a lake or a pond is lentic. It's not moving. The opposite of that would be a lotic or lotic ecosystem. That's streams and rivers. It is flowing. That water is moving. When we talk about ecosystems here and what kind of animals live there and how they adapt, there are some key factors. The flow of the water, how fast it's going. If this is rushing water like on a waterfall, there are going to be much different plants or animals than it would a slow-moving creek near your house. How much light a stream or a river receives is going to impact the type of plants that grow there. All right? Not all plants can grow in the same area. Some need direct sunlight most of the day. Some can survive in some shade or darker areas. The temperature of the land is going to play a role in what plants and animals are there. If you live down here in South Georgia and there's a creek behind you, you probably have some deer. You've got things like a raccoon, a possum, those kinds of things. You live in northern Canada and there's a stream near you, you might not have some of those same animals. You may have some more cold weather animals. All right, so it changes. Also based on the chemistry. This is all about the geology of the area. What types of soil, rocks, nutrients are found in the streams or the river definitely impact what kind of plants and animals can live there. So a lotic or lotic ecosystem means the water is moving or flowing, a river or a stream. Key factors that influence the types of plants and animals there are the flow, the amount of light it receives, the temperature, and the chemistry or the soil and rocks of the area. Yes, if once I send you the PowerPoint and I'll send it at the end of class, yes, you'll be able to print it if you want to. Some of the types of wetlands that we're going to look at: bogs, swamps, and marshes. They're saturated with water. They can be underwater for most of the year, or it may just flood at certain seasons or certain times of the year. Usually they're located near a river or a lake. Okay, this would be a swamp like the Okefenokee Swamp in South Georgia and North Florida. Most of it is flooded or wet with water most of the year. It's near an ocean, near some rivers. It helps prevent flooding in other areas because the water can have a safe place to be there where it's not going to flood or bother anything else. It also helps to purify and filter the water through the plants that are there, and it's home to many diverse plant and animal species. Okay, a good example would be the Okefenokee Swamp here. You've got some swamp areas in Louisiana in the bayou. Okay, most coastal areas or near a large river, you have some kind of bog, swamp, or marsh. Don't put this in the chat box. I'm going to give you a poll. All right, you should have a poll that popped up now on the board for you. True or false? Freshwater biomes with moving water are considered lotic ecosystems. Freshwater biomes with moving water are considered lotic ecosystems. All right, if you don't remember, at least take a guess. You got a 50-50 shot. So right now I've got 7 true and 3 false. That is true. Streams and rivers that are moving water are lotic. Ponds and lakes that are not moving are lentic. Lentic means it's still, a pond or a lake, some kind of body of water that is not moving. Lotic is flowing. All right, for me, when I say it lotic, flow, low, flow, kind of rhymes. I think technically it's lotic, but I kind of pronounce that longer O because it helps me remember that floating or flowing, lotic, flowing. It's kind of silly, but it works for me. Okay, find something that helps you remember it. It doesn't matter if it's silly, if it's a little song, whatever it is. Okay, as long as it helps you remember it. So lotic ecosystems are moving. They're flowing like a stream or a river. Some interesting facts about freshwater biomes. And like I said, I know this is a lot of information today on the slide, a little bit more than you're used to. So I will send these to you again later, and I am recording so you can go back and watch the recording. Scientists who studied those lentic areas and the lotic areas of fresh water are called limnologists. The amount of rainfall can vary. Some places see as little as 7 inches of rainfall a year. Some see as much as 100 inches of rainfall a year. That's like 8.5 feet of rain a year, or a little under 1 foot of rain a year. Marshes do not have trees. Swamps have trees. Okay, they're both a wetland area. Sometimes you'll even see them side by side or close together. Marshes do not have trees. Swamps do have trees. I use the Okefenokee as an example just because it's very near where I live, so I've been there a lot. If you go through the Okefenokee, you can take a boat tour through the swamp. There's lots of trees that you're going to see, lots of plants, lots of animals. The bayou down the edges of Mississippi, yes, that is a wetland. Yep, you go through the Okefenokee, you can even see all the alligators and stuff right next to your boat. Kind of scary. Tidal swamps are sometimes called mangrove swamps. That's what we did on Monday, because the mangrove trees can grow in a mixture of fresh and salt water. These are near the ocean, okay? Tidal swamps where the tide comes in and makes a swamp. Mangrove trees are one of the few trees that can grow in that area that's both salty and freshwater. Kind of a 50-50 mix. The largest lake in the world is the Caspian Sea. It's technically a lake because it's completely surrounded by water, by land, excuse me, but it's called the Caspian Sea because it is super large. The longest river in the world is the Nile River. Okay, the largest is the Amazon, but the longest is the Nile River. And the largest wetland in the world is the Pantanal in South America. I'm not going to quiz you on, or it's not going to be on your quiz on which is the longest river in the world, but these are some interesting facts that I think you should kind of know as we talk about freshwater biomes. And most people around here, you've seen a pond or a small creek. Sometimes you live near a river or the ocean, but we don't necessarily see as many swamps or tidal swamps or marshes or large lakes and rivers like the Nile River. Okay? The longest and largest here in the US, you'd have to go all the way out to the Mississippi River. So I just want to give you an idea that these things do exist, okay, and to kind of expose you to some other parts besides just what you see close to your house here in Georgia. All right, so your writing assignment for today. This is the one that's due for a grade. It's due at 11:59 tomorrow night, but I'm going to give you some time today here in class to work on it. That way, hopefully, you either can get it done in class and you don't have homework, or you can get it most of the way done and then you just have to kind of finish it up a little bit for homework. So here's how to get to us. Get to it. Go to Canvas. On the left-hand side, click Assignments. There's a writing assignment that is actually, instead of constructed response, I abbreviated it as CR. CR1. Freshwater biomes. And I want you to go ahead right now and log into Canvas and find this. When you have it open, please come back over and give me a thumbs up. Okay, open it, give me a thumbs up. All right, looks like about half of you have it open. Once you have this open, you can go ahead and start working on your constructed response. I'm going to be here to answer questions or comments to help you as you go through this. Okay? Please make sure that you remember this is for a grade. Give me a thumbs up when you have it, and then you can get started. I'm going to set a timer for about 30 minutes. So like 2:08, we'll come back over here and kind of wrap up for the day. So use this time to get as much as you can done. But guys, if I give you 30 minutes of class time and you only write me 3 sentences and turn that in, that's not going to be a great grade, all right? Make sure you put an effort into it. Okay, it says that I can't screen share, so I'm just going to read it. Make sure to fully answer all aspects of the prompt with complete sentences. You can use as much imagination as you would like in your writing, but you must include all pertinent information about your chosen freshwater biome. You're a marine biologist who has been contracted to visit an elementary school and explain freshwater biomes to the students. Choose at least one freshwater biome we discussed in class. You may choose more if you would like, and explain what you will tell the students about your chosen freshwater biome. You must provide a description of the biome and its importance in the biosphere. All right, I'm going to set a timer. Yes, it will hold it until you go back to submit it. Okay, I'm going to set a timer for about 30 minutes. We'll come back here around 2:10 and wrap up. I'm going to be here if you have questions or problems. And in just a second, I am going to go ahead and email you the slides as well so you can use those for reference. Okay, if you're working in Writable or Canvas, minimize it or pause it, come back over to our classroom, and we'll wrap up really quick so I can get you guys out of here. Your writing assignment for Writable. When you go to that assignment in Canvas, it takes you to Writable to complete your assignment. Once you've completed that assignment, okay, click Submit, the blue Submit button in Writable. You do not have to submit it as a Canvas document thing. There's not a Submit button in Canvas. You will submit it directly in Writable. After you have submitted it, okay, you still have the option to go back and revise it. I'm not going to start grading these until Friday morning since they're due Thursday night. So if you turn it in today, right now, and then tomorrow you realize you left something out, you can go back and edit it, and I'll start grading these Friday. Okay, so you have the option to go back and revise it or edit it between now and then. So again, when you finish, hit the blue Submit button in Writable. Blue Submit button in Writable. You don't have to submit it in Canvas. You can edit it anytime between now and midnight on Thursday. Okay. After you finish that, you do have 2 Canvas modules for homework tonight. Okay, you do have 2 Canvas modules for homework tonight. Make sure that you do both your vocabulary and your direct instructions between now and class on Friday. Make sure you do your homework, vocabulary, and direct instruction modules between now and class on Friday. I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes if you guys have a question or problem. Otherwise, you are free to go. Have a good rest of your day.